Hello, and in this video we're going to talk about the review for test 1. Now, test 1 has two parts. There's going to be a Zoom part, which is Wednesday and Thursday, and an actual Moodle test, which will be Thursday or Friday. So you're going to be doing it, you could be doing it both on Thursday, or you could be doing one Wednesday and Friday. The information about the test is right here. It's going to be held not on Wednesday, so this is incorrect information. The tests are going to be held on Thursday and Friday for the link for the Moodle test. The Zoom part is going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. You can see that here under the Zoom test. You can see that if you go to the Google sheet, you can sign up for the test. And this is the meeting for the Zoom meeting on Wednesday or Thursday. So you click on here to get to the meeting. So you can come in like 5 minutes before your time that you sign up for. Now, I'm going to have a couple questions. You will need to be on a part where I can see you, or there's got to be a camera involved, because I'm going to ask you to show me some work. So you're going to have to put Zoom on something like if you don't have a laptop, maybe your phone, so that you can have a camera there to show what you've done, so that you can compare that with your group. Now that's going to happen Wednesday or Thursday. And there's time slots available. If we look at the spreadsheet here, right, I click it, open it up. It looks like some people have already signed up. Okay, there's 3 or 4 names in a group, so this 11 o'clock one still has it. One more person can join. Same thing with the 1 o'clock one here. Here also 7 to 7:30 at night on Thursday. There's some time, or one more, and there's one more available at 6 o'clock. But you could also sign up for the other sections that are listed here. If you wish, you could add to the 10 o'clock time. You can do 2 or 3 o'clock on Wednesday. If there's not a time that you are available, or you need to meet with me individually, please send me an email so we can take care of that. Okay, going back here, the Zoom meeting is here. That's if you sign up for 10 o'clock. And just make sure you click on this Zoom meeting at, a couple minutes before 10 o'clock, and then you'll be let in. So that's the first part of the test, Wednesday and Thursday. The second part of the test is this test right here, this link. So that opens Thursday at 1 minute after midnight. So Thursday, 1 minute after midnight, it'll open, and it will go to Friday, 1 minute before midnight. So you have 2 complete days, 48 hours, or almost 2 days, 2 minutes short of 2 days. Now, I'm giving you 2.5 hours to complete this, so when you log on to this and you open it up, as soon as you start the test, the timer starts. You have 2.5 hours to complete it. At the end of at 2.5 hours, it logs you off. So that means you can't start the test at Friday at, if you want 2.5 hours, you can't start after 9:30 p.m. If you start after 9:30 p.m., you only have till 11:59. It's going to cut you off at 11:59. So if you start at 11 o'clock, you're going to have 59 minutes. And that's it. So you have to start before 9:30 on Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Okay? So that's what you have. Now, the test is, as I put in the review, here's the review right here. Okay? This is the PDF for the review. That's found right here in this folder. Review 1 materials. Okay, this is what the PDF looks like. It's a review. It goes over some problems. It talks about this problems from chapters 1 through 4. Gives you some information about that. Also in this folder is the solutions. So I've already downloaded the solutions. Let's see, here's the solutions. It looks like this. So these are the solutions to that. so that you have solutions. If you want to look up, if you have done the problem and then you want to check your answer, that's it. Now, if you want to look at what you should know, this is what we're doing specifically in terms of topics. Okay, we're going to be doing these types of things. All right. Now, the other thing that you can do for review is you can open up, oops, that's not it. You can open up the Chapter 1 review. There are 33 questions on the review. This is not graded. I'm just going to resume here, or I'll do the preview so I can see all 33. So there are 33 questions here that you can go through and work on that are similar to those that might be on the test. Now, the test is 6 to 8 questions, so it's not going to have 33 questions. There's 6 to 8 questions. There'll be several questions that may have 3 or 4 parts to them. So the questions that have 3 or 4 parts, like question number 7 here, could be something that's on the test because there's 3 or 4 parts to that. Okay, so there are several of these that you can practice on, and it'll tell you the solutions after you get done. You can check your work. It's not graded. You don't have to do the review, but it is a way to practice the problems. Okay, it's not going to be graded in the grade book. So you just can use that as practice as well as the problems from the PDF review. That's these problems here. Okay, so more than likely, I'm going to ask you questions where you have to compute something. So you may be asked to do something like this problem where you have to compute the value here. You're also going to have to compute the average, the standard deviation, and the probability. So there's like 4 things in that one problem. There's a problem here that asks you several things out of this chart. I am probably going to ask something similar to that because there's several problems like that. Okay, so those are the types of problems I'm going to ask, where there's more than one solution or more than one question in the problem. Okay, you will need to know how to do the binomial and the Poisson distributions. 21 is a Poisson because it gives you an average right here. That's a Poisson distribution. 19 is a binomial because it gives you a percent of success, 65%. All right, so that's a binomial problem. Okay, so those are your 2 types from that section that talks about binomial. That's chapter 4. Those problems came from chapter 4. Probability all comes from chapter 3. There's several probability questions here. This is 18, 17 is a probability. I'm going to ask problems about given information like E here. That's going to be given. I'm going to ask about and or. Okay, so question 17 is a good one to study. All right. What you can prepare or what you can bring to the test. So when you're coming to the test, the things you can, what I would do if I were you is I'd consolidate your notes down to 1 page or something less than, all the pages of notes, so you not digging through them to find the solutions. Try to summarize it all in a page or 2, something front and back. And then, you need to bring your calculator, or you're going to have to open your calculator on the computer or whatever, so that you have something to do computations with. Those are the 2 main things you want to bring to the test. When you do the Moodle test, you're going to take pictures or you're going to type it in. So you can either submit it with taking pictures of the work that you've done and then submit your pictures, or you can just type in the solutions to the box if you would like into that. So it just depends on how fast you type. You have 2.5 hours to do that, so you're going to have to plan that out, I guess, for your 6 or 8 questions. on that. All right, so that's basically the review for the first test. The topics covered and the materials to look through. Like I said, I would base my test is really based on this review sheet. I'm not going to ask Moodle type questions or questions that have to do with these. I mean, there might be something like this, but it's going to be more about, there'll be a lot of things that are blank. This whole thing would be blank. You'd have to compute all the relative frequencies, because I would give you all the frequencies and then you compute all of these and these. It wouldn't just be 3 frequencies that I'd ask you to fill in. We'd fill in the whole chart. And the same thing with this, you'd have to create this on your own. And you'd probably create your own age groups, because I wouldn't give you the chart. Right, I'd say there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories. So create something with 7 categories would be something I could ask you there and use that data to do that. Percentiles, quartiles, you're going to need to know how to compute those from the list of data. How to read a box plot. Like the 10 is the median, 8 is the first quartile, 20 is the third quartile, from 8 to 20, which is 12 is the interquartile range. You can look to see which one has the most spread here. I think 20 to 38. The fourth quartile is the most spread here. The least spread is from 8 to 10. That means 25% of the data lies between 8 and 10. There's a lot of 8 and 10s, 8, 9s, and 10s in that quartile. If there were 100 number, 25 of them would be 8, 9s, and 10s if we thought about it that way. There's 20 if there were 100 numbers. Okay, if you have questions, please email me. You can also, if you have instructors' links here, you can actually click on those as well. If there are instructor links listed here, I would just say send me a question if you run into something like that. Okay, that would be the review in those 2 parts. And I'm going to correct this right here. It's not held on Wednesday. It's held on Wednesday and Thursday for the Zoom test, and Thursday and Friday for the online Moodle test. And I'll make that correction.